15,000 meters above the Alps, an eye opens that never blinks. Heat signatures, thousands of them, moving through the pass like a river of warmth. 37, the largest signatures the sensor has ever tracked. Weapons release. The first animal scream in this series, and possibly the most haunting sound. He does not panic. He calculates. In 218 BC, Hannibal Barca attempts the most audacious military operation in history. 50,000 soldiers and 37 war elephants across the Alps. 16 days, blizzards, cliff paths, hostile tribes. Half will die on these mountains. Tariq, 35, a mahout, an elephant handler. He has known Syrus since they were both young, 20 years. Behind the ear. That is where you calm an elephant. Tariq has done this 10,000 times. In the blizzard, they share warmth. A man and his elephant, surviving the mountain together. Polybius recorded that Hannibal crossed with 50,000 infantry and 9,000 cavalry. He arrived in Italy with 20,000 and 6,000. The mountains took the rest. He counts the dead, the price of his ambition, but he does not turn back. General Schwarzkopf once said of Hannibal, "The art of war changes, but the principles do not." Hannibal's principles: use terrain, exploit the enemy's impatience, die with your soldiers. But the drone erases every one of those principles. "15,000 meters. At this altitude, the Reaper is invisible. Not fast, not stealthy, just too high to see. The pilot sits in Nevada, air conditioning, coffee, 3 monitors. 10,000 miles from the kill zone, small corrections on a joystick. That is how you control death from the sky. Look at his face. No sweat, no fear, no courage required. That is what the drone changed. And below, the most beautiful army the ancient world ever produced. Elephants and cavalry on a green Italian plain. They have no idea what is above them. Target locked, lead elephant. Weapons free. The elephant's fundamental weakness is not their size. It is their fear. A panicked elephant does not distinguish friend from enemy. The mahout tries. Hands on the rope, knees against the neck. But fear is older than training. On the drone screen, heat signatures simply disappear. That is all. A life becomes a gap in the data. Hannibal does not grieve. He analyzes. The attack comes from the sky. Disperse the troops. Reduce the target. Behind the ear. Even now. Even in this. This is what makes Hannibal, Hannibal. His army is dying, and he is solving the problem. He looks up, sees nothing. The enemy is 15 kilometers above him. You cannot fight what you cannot see. And then the realization. The GBU-12 has a range of 20 kilometers. Dispersal is meaningless. The Hellfire reaches 8 kilometers. The GBU-12, 20. The entire plane is within range. Dispersal changes nothing. You know what gets me? He solved the problem. Dispersal was the correct answer to the Hellfire, but the drone carries 2 types of weapon, and the second one makes his solution irrelevant. Theodore Dodge called Hannibal the greatest tactician, but greater still in logistics and strategy. Cannae was a tactical masterpiece, but he lost the war. Against the drone, the same lesson. He does not stop. The elephants become decoys, sent left and right. The real force moves to a narrow valley. Cannae's ghost, the double envelopment. From above, the trap is transparent. Every movement visible, every intention readable. For 3 seconds, you can see hope on his face. The genius believes it might work. But the crosshair is already on the valley entrance. The trap was never a question. That face. Not the defeat of a battle, the defeat of a philosophy. When the sky has eyes, there are no traps. The last option. Overwhelm it with mass. 6,000 cavalry, 20 elephants, everything that remains. What forms on that plain is the most beautiful military formation the ancient world ever assembled. "50,000 crossed the Alps, 20,000 arrived. After the Reaper, count them yourself. War elephants charging across a green Italian plain, with the Alps behind them. There will never be a more beautiful destruction. 15,000 meters, they look like ants running toward a magnifying glass. His thumb hovers. Think about that for a second. The most beautiful charge in ancient history, destroyed by a man drinking coffee 10,000 miles away. "27 hours of endurance. The drone does not tire. It circles and watches. Same camera, same angle as the opening shot. Where there was an army, there is debris. They drop their swords. The universal gesture. The drone does not fire on unarmed men. Rules of engagement. Even the machine has limits. Even the eye has a conscience. Or at least, the man behind the screen does.
The economy just still working.
He points south. March. Even now. Even after this. Tariq searches. Crater to crater. Elephant to elephant. Looking for the one that matters. Tariq searches. Crater to crater. Elephant to elephant. Looking for the one that matters. He stops. He knows that shape. He has known it for 20 years. He sits. The same position. At the neck. Where he has always been. Behind the ear. The same hand. The same place. But the ear does not move. He does not cry. He just touches. 20 years of this gesture. The last time. He looks up. Blue sky. Empty. Death came from up there. But there is nothing to see. Nothing to fight. Nothing to blame. The Reaper circles. 15,000 meters. Below, ruin, smoke, and silence. On the sensor screen, one warm signature sits beside a large, cold mass. The drone does not know what grief looks like. Hannibal gathers what remains. Battered, broken. But he does not stop. Hannibal's genius was this. He read the battlefield by standing on it. He adapted by risking his life. The drone erased all of it. Risk, courage, the fog of war, the commander's instinct. Look at those eyes. Still calculating, still planning. The body is defeated, but the mind refuses. The pilot removes his headset. End of shift. War is a 9 to 5. Schwarzkopf was wrong. The principles of war have changed. The drone removed courage from warfare. But Hannibal is still marching. Without elephants, without cavalry, without hope. But he does not stop. That is what the drone cannot take.